Hi, this is Surf Insights. My name is Tim. We're at our school in Lanzarote and we're going to talk about using your hips. It's a vital element in your surfing. Now in some of the videos you'll see us talk about accelerating the board using little bits of footwork. Okay, this is about accelerating the board, creating momentum, but simply using the hips. And the first thing we've got to identify is that stance. Now remember our stance, that open shoulder, soft arms. But these hips can really help us to, as they go forward, accelerate the board slightly. In fact, many good surfers are doing it naturally. So they're accelerating, weighting slightly into the front foot, and then they can actually use the hips to come backwards and get weight over the turning area of the tail of the board. Now, it's kind of like a magic position. If you actually look down, when I throw my hips, I can't see my feet. So obviously you wouldn't do this when you're surfing, but it's a little movement of a throw of the hips. Now you can't do this sideways. It's not working at all. Once the shoulder is in that right open position, I can look backhand and forehand. I can throw the hips. And you'll even see that as you turn, they're going to get involved. Now be very careful of surf schools or whatever that teach you to weight onto your front foot and throw the arms, because simply you've never seen any top surfers looking like that going across a wave. So be careful. It's too much kind of beginner stuff. Shouldn't be in a beginner's course. You can use the hips. You might have used footwork, but those hips just forwards, accelerate back into my turning area. Forwards, and you're almost just covering that foot, but you'll be looking up along that wave. So our hips, they're soft and they can move. So it's a really tiny little technique, but super important. And as you develop in your surfing and you're going across the wave, you'll find you're using the hips unconsciously to weight into your rail and unweight as we go bottom and top turns. And when we're going up a wave in a much more radical maneuver, you'll find as we drive up the wave, the hips actually travel forwards. Now the hips are also really important in turning. We know our head leads the turn. We've said this before, but the hips lead the turn as well. So it's a combination. Right, my shoulder is dropped, but look at my hips. And you'll see many people that try and turn like that. So maybe they've even done everything right with their upper body, but nothing's happening because the hips are still in line with the nose of the board. Look at my hips as I turn. They follow the head. I'm dropping the shoulder, but the hips are free. Same now when I come to forehand. Watch the hips. There they go. And I'm rotating toe side or heel side. The hips are involved. Let that hip move with the head. It might not even be with the arm. You watch really good longboard and stuff. Sometimes they'll have the arms down, but you'll see the hip rotate with the headline. Really, really important. You'll see the hips used for functional balance. And there's a drill we do called pushing practice. And there's a video about that. And we've just done a new one now. So with the hips, to control this core balance, this central balance, combined with our vision, our hips are super important to keep us balanced, because they are the frame, really, for the core balance area at the hip bones. So as you're falling, think soft hips, move. Okay, I've got it, yeah. Super important, which will describe this pushing practice and how you can develop that balance in another video. Hips are key, okay? Soft hips, able to move, able to be flexible, and be conscious of them when you're surfing. Are you stiff in this area? And use them. In this short clip, watch Dan's head and hip line through all the turns. You'll see that flexion of the front knee, providing acceleration and even a full-on little stall into the back leg. Watch the head line with the hip line, always matching each other. Little stall, weighting into the front knee. Always this combination. And it's soft and functional. So thanks a lot for watching that, and we hope you subscribe to the channel and hit the water running. You'll find the more you do your practice at home, the more you just work on this kind of lovely softness through the body, the better your surfing will become. Thanks a lot.